Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This was a find. I got this out of the 50-cent bin at Graham Cracker Comics. So it was actually free because I got that on a Wednesday. Look at this, man. This great foil cover. This is some super sturdy cardstock, too. Just looking at this book, like, I don't really see, like, any substantial damage for a book of its age, which has been sitting in a bin, naked, outside of a bag and board. It's incredible. The only like things I see wrong with it is a little like burring, a little fuzzing right there. I think that might actually be from when it was cut. And the inside front page has a little bit of that. Hold on, I gotta flip it just right so you'll see. So I don't know how well you can see that, but that looks like a little cutting error. And the corner right here is bent ever so slightly. This book is in incredible shape, given how it's probably been treated over the years. That's a testament to this cardstock that it's printed on. In comparison, like, here's this book here, and this cover is, it's thick paper, not cardstock. It's gonna bend, it's gonna get nicked. It's not gonna last as long. I gotta take better care of that other book than I do this one. The cover's super impressive, isn't it? Jim Lee art on the inside is also pretty nice. The only real complaints I have about this story is the story itself. I don't remember any of this Wildcat stuff, man. I totally do not. You got to dig the Jim Lee art. It's nice. It's so good. Just about everybody in the 90s was trying to imitate Jim Lee. Like, that's when you know you got it, right? Great little splash page, isn't it? One thing with the art that's kind of dumb is this. This is super self-indulgent. Go ahead. Try to read this without turning the book or your head. Can't, can you? To actually read this book, you gotta turn this one page. This is super indulgent. I'm not sure I've seen this out of anybody except the original Image founder dudes, you know? Oh, speaking of which, there's like this little letter from the creator from Jim Lee up here is a hoot. Oh, and this book is so old. It's printed by Malibu 4 Image. Like, that really dates this. Ah. Oh, yeah, here's a 2-page spread ruined by this coupon here. I looked at this. I was like, hey, can I still get this book? But no, there's actually an expiration date here, so I can never get that. So it kind of ruins the effect having this in here, but I'm not going to take that out, obviously. Like, that probably gives the book like doubles its price. Oh, is the coupon intact? Is the coupon intact? But it ruins the flow of the art. Please, creators out there anywhere, don't do stupid gimmicky stuff. Please don't. Make all of our lives better. Just don't do it. So what's actually going on in this book? Well, after the events in the first book, the Wildcats teleport out. They've got like a rogue psychic telepath, teleporter, whatever. It doesn't matter. They get teleported out. Some dude at the evil organization tries to like yoink them into the evil organization's prison or something. I don't really know or care too much about that. That dude's brain explodes everywhere. There's a little gory panel back there somewhere for it. And then those dudes send a hit team here, and so we get a actually pretty satisfying like fight sequence. The least satisfying part of it is that I can't enjoy this 2-page spread in all of its glory. Hold on, if I do this just right, see it. Look at that. It's a great 2-page spread, isn't it? I'm enjoying it with you. I didn't hold it like this before, so this is my first time seeing it like this in all of its glory. In like 30 years or something. Like, I'm sure I read this a long time ago because I vaguely remember reading Wildcats. And it's funny. This is topical. Because, man, oh good, I didn't ding the paper. It's topical because, you know, Wildcats, we'll get to that. So anyway, they get this great fight, and then the dude that sent the Black Ops team to kill them, who they might have killed some of the Black Ops team. Like, this is a very violent book. It's very violent. It is extreme, which is appropriate because it's Jim Lee, so I'm sure he probably thought, you know, what if I name my book Extreme? Then you realize that Rob Liefeld was already thinking, you know what, I'm going to name my studio Extreme. And so now you can't do it because, you know, your partner in the company was doing it. Ah! You know, look at this. I'm not actually sure how to file this away. Like this is a straight up image book. It's not even like a Wildstorm imprinted image book. Like I don't know where to put this, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, there's lots of action in the book. There's a lot of talking. There's a couple super text heavy pages that really just drag on for freaking forever. Just like that, man. That's how reading those pages feels. It just drags word to word to word to word to word to word. But there's a couple great. There's like two great fight scenes in it. Although one of the fight scenes is kind of abruptly interrupted. Now you're like, why? Why, Elizibar? Why was it interrupted? It was interrupted because it was the setup for the next issue, where the Wildcats are going to take on the dudes from Youngblood. So, be a good story, right? Probably full of cool action. That kind of weird crossover stuff, early Image, is a lot of fun. Oh, you know what they should have done? They should have kerned the Jim Lee so that the letters were in the middle of one of these holographic circles every time. See what I'm seeing there? Like the M is right in the nexus. Now maybe you can't see it. I can't quite find a good angle here because of the light up there, but you know, like here, 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 here. They should have kerned the letters to fit like that instead of keeping the same standard. Sorry, I'll get back to the book. So the plot is in Wildcats, and I don't remember any of this. Oh my gosh. I vaguely remember a bad cartoon. I vaguely remember a kind of bad game, and I don't remember any of the plot. I remember liking this dude, whose name I totally blanked on, and of course Grifter. They're both pretty cool. Of course, Grifter hangs around the DC universe now. He just walks around. Everyone's like, "Yo, Grifter!" Like, "Yo, oh, you're dead. Sorry." I that. Uh, her name's Voodoo, right? Yeah, I don't remember. That's Zealot. Or do I have them backwards? You know, I just read this book. You'd think I'd remember that. Anyway, so there's the plot. There's like an alien war, and there's like the cherubim and the demonites, and the cherubim and the humans. Yeah, okay, the cherubim made superhumans, and now the superhumans and the cherubim are trying to stop the demonites from winning the ancient war between the two sides. And Vice President of the United States is a mole for the demonites or something, and because of him, stuff that's bad is happening, and now everybody wants to kill everybody, and it's a good excuse for people to punch each other. This book was not about the plot or the story. This book was about finding an excuse to have superpowered dudes fight each other. The art is very classic Jim Lee. If you look at these figures, classic Jim Lee anatomy, classic Jim Lee shading. Uh, Man, not have been the right one to point to, but I wanted to get like this stuff here on his chest. It's very cool work. This stuff here, the deal on the metal. More dramatic is this. Like everybody in the 90s was trying to jack this style. If you've read like Batman Hush or something, you kind of know where that style evolved to. That was pretty much like the pinnacle of Jim Lee's art. I don't think he's done anything quite as good as Hush since then. You can see like this stuff in action instead of just, cover art is one thing. Like cover artists specialize in doing that. They make these they take their time, make these beautiful single images. But any of the art in here that you look at, pretty darn pleasing. Look at this laser beam over here, dude. That looks cool. Big dude up there, Maul, I want to say that's his name. Oh my gosh, I hope that's his name. He looks cool. Uh, their hair is wild. Anywhere you look, this art is good. But as soon as you get away from that, as soon as you get away from that art, you start thinking, boy, I'd like to know some story. You just get presented with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 text bubbles and one, okay, 18 bubbles in one box on the same page. And they all have at least one chunky sentence in them. It's too much. For $250 in like, what was this, 93? Let me look. And $250 in $1992? That's a lot of cash, yo. That's a lot of cash. $1992. I remember you could buy a gallon of gasoline for $1 at that point. It was that there was a little recession and prices went up, but you could still, if you had the right gas station, get gas for $1 where I lived, and I got like $5 a week as allowance. Is this book worth half my allowance? Probably not. I would have much rather had a Super Nintendo game, if that makes any sense. Which isn't to say that this isn't bad. It's actually a lot of fun. I just don't think it's worth that money. What is that in today's dollars? Like 750 or something? Like, it's ludicrous. That cover price is ludicrous, even with this really great holofoil cover, which is totally awesome, with the die cut figures pasted on top of it, which is awesome. So much awesome here. But outside of the art, the awesome fails. That's my word on this blast from the past. I think I had some other aside to make about Wildcats. Oh yeah, the upcoming Wildcats series from DC is canceled. Warren Ellis was going to write it. Uh, some jerk was going to draw it, but he spends all his time on Twitter yelling at people. Old man yells at cloud, except he's woke, so I guess he's yelling at the cisgendered patriarchal cloud or something. I don't know. I try not to get into too much of that drama, but I've seen this everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. One problem Wildcats had for most of its run was it was woefully uh, delayed constantly. Like, the first series ran for how many years? And it, like, what, 8? Or like 50 issues or something? With 8 years, you should have like at least 100 issues, right? Like, if I'm doing my math in my head right, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this is a great relic. It's a window into the past. It's pretty to look at. I just wish it read better. And if you can get it for free and it's in this kind of shape, do it! Do it so hard. Right now. Bye bye.